Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Origins video from Battlefront. And today we will be doing an origin story, as you can tell from the title, Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. A pretty interesting character in like the Star Wars movies and the comic books and stuff and all that good stuff. And Anakin Skywalker was a very strong user of the Force, and by a young age, he was one of the best in combat Jedi Knights, and was the youngest person ever to be on the Jedi Council. So let's go from the beginning. So a lot of people ask, how was Anakin actually born? Because his mother, he didn't have a dad, because his mother told Qui-Gon he didn't have a dad, and he actually didn't. And the way Anakin was born actually is quite interesting. So Darth Plagueis, who few you probably will know about, but Darth Plagueis, the Blue-Eyes, was a Sith Lord, and the master of Darth Sidious, who we will later on know as Emperor Palpatine. And Darth Plagueis was the master of Emperor Palpatine, or Darth Sidious, whatever you want to call him. And Plagueis wanted to kind of rule the Force, and he wanted, just to say like this in a short way, so I don't be going on for about 10 minutes just in Darth Plagueis and how Anakin was born. But Darth Plagueis, the Wise, was very like a strong Sith Lord. He was very, powerful, and he wanted to overthrow the Force from dark side. Like, he wanted more dark side in the Force than light side, and he essentially just wanted it all to be Sith, really. He wanted to overthrow the Jedi, that. And so he meditated with Palpatine for months upon months to contact the midichlorians, which are people with the Force and stuff and all that. I'm going into too much detail. And so he contacted them and tried to overthrow the Force with light side and dark side, blah blah blah, with dark side and light side. And in doing this, he the Force turned against him, really. And well, first of all, he made he could bring people back to life, but then the Force turned against him, and he accidentally created someone who would eventually destroy the Sith, and that would end up being Anakin Skywalker. And he was just, his mom didn't have how do I say it? She didn't have like a boyfriend or anything, and she just gave birth to Anakin. And then Anakin was just, him and his mom were slaves to a trader or buyer, seller, whatever you want to call him, called Watto, who you see in the first movie of the Star Wars well, the first of the new trilogy, not the new trilogy, well, see him in what do you call it again? I always forget the movie names. What is it called? Well, it's in the first movie. What do you call it? The Phantom Menace. Jesus, the Phantom Menace. And you see Watto in the Phantom Menace, and you see Anakin and his mom as his slaves. And Watto bought they were first picked up by these people who were selling them as slaves, and Watto bought them for his little workshop. And Anakin, his whole life was a slave, and he was very talented in fixing things, but he never knew until the age of about 8 or 9 that he was force sensitive, and he was actually was very good building things as well. He built C-3PO, and he built like his own pod racing car. And you know, he was very gifted at like building stuff. And then eventually, like, apparently the Force brought Qui-Gon Jinn and Anakin together, because Qui-Gon Jinn and Padme's ship were actually, they like retreat from the planet or something, and they had to land in Tatooine because they didn't have enough gas to get anywhere else. And that's where they found Watto, and they tried to get some ship repairments, and Watto didn't accept it. And then and there was a very bad sandstorm, and Qui-Gon went and this boy Anakin at the workshop of Watto saw Padme, and so like from then on, you know how it goes. Qui-Gon Jinn went to Anakin's mum's house, or Anakin's house, and then they stayed the night because the sandstorm was very long. And Qui-Gon Jinn had this funny feeling about Anakin being force sensitive and stuff, and so he actually took a test, and Anakin's like radius or number of force sensitivity was above anyone else's by a lot, like 20,000 it was, which was like way more than anyone else. And Qui-Gon Jinn was shocked by this, and like then he told Obi-Wan, his apprentice at the time, that this was the chosen one who would eventually destroy the Sith. And then Qui-Gon goes and gets killed by Darth Maul, and then Anakin is Obi-Wan's apprentice. And then Anakin in the second movie, he's like, he's much taller, and his face he has black hair with like plaits like Obi-Wan had when he was younger, and his face is like longer. And then like his Sith traits kind of start to show there, like his anger. His mum got killed by sand people, and then he got outraged and just killed the whole village of them. And then, you know, he just let everything out and just killed the whole village. Sorry for those cuts, I don't know why they're there, but yeah, and he killed the whole village of them. And then at the end of that, he meets Count Dooku. He actually ends up chopping off one of his hands, but then he gets it replaced with a nice shiny new silver robotic one. And then on from there, he goes in a ship and saves Emperor Palpatine, and actually kills Dooku on Palpatine's orders. And then Anakin is then like, you know, has a crush on Padme, and they get together and they secretly marry, because the Jedi don't really allow love to happen if you're a Jedi, because like, it's so important. You defend the galaxy and stuff. So what's it called? Then Anakin and Padme get secretly married, but then Anakin secretly is a Sith Lord, and he's the apprentice of Emperor Palpatine, or Lord Sidious, but the council name is Emperor Palpatine. Not Emperor Palpatine, but something Palpatine, I don't know. And because Mace Windu is about to kill Palpatine, and Anakin like chops his hand off, and then Palpatine shocks him out the window, and Palpatine's real face shows because his Force lightning deflected on him, blah blah blah. And then Anakin is Lord Sidious's apprentice, and Anakin isn't really happy about it, but he just goes on with it. And then he is sent to kill aliens from the Trade Federation and on Sidish's order on a planet called Mustafar, which has big lava rivers and stuff on it. And he's seen crying on like this bridge because he remembers himself as a Jedi and how kind and caring he used to be and now what he was. And then he gets confronted by Obi-Wan, and I didn't sense Obi-Wan was there because he was now truly a Sith, because when you turn Sith, your eyes go yellow and red, and Anakin's went that colour, so he's truly a Sith, and I couldn't sense Obi-Wan and Padme coming, because if you turn Sith you can't sense any Jedi or anything. And then he chokes Padme, but she isn't dead, and Anakin have this big duel, and then Anakin ends up getting a bit arrogant and gets chopped in half, and gets one of his and also gets one of his arms chopped off. And he's he's on this black sand and trying to crawl up, and he couldn't crawl up because it was a bit steep. Well, and he only had one arm, no legs or anything, and he was in immense pain, and he couldn't grab himself up, and he was really close to a lava river, and he got burnt by it and almost died. Then, as you know, Lord Sidious finds him, and Padme as well, his wife, but she dies of a broken heart, which you can actually do in real life if it's that serious. She died of a broken heart and but first, before she died, she gave birth to Luke and Leia, which he didn't actually know. He knew she was pregnant, but he didn't know she survived, because Lord Sidious lied to him about her dying and stuff. And so then Anakin gets found by Lord Sidious, and he was still alive, so Lord Sidious got him and ordered a medical tank so that he could stay alive. And then, as you've maybe seen in the movie, the clip of him being constructed into his suit, and the reason his breathing was so heavy was because like Grievous, actually, he inhaled the smoke from the burning. Grievous didn't get burned by lava, but if you want to find out what happened to Grievous, you can watch the other video I made on his origin. But he inhaled the smoke and it damaged his lungs, so he needed a breathing mechanism, and he couldn't take off the suit, or else he would die. But he could only take it off, the mask off, when he was in his only room thing, it was a wee pod. And his suit, which he actually didn't know at the time, was constructed, if force lightning was used against it, it was immune to force lightning. It wasn't immune, it was easily destroyed with force lightning if they ever tried to overthrow Sidious, because Sidious's main thing was force lightning. And then Anakin just is this power-hungry monster who wipes out planets and is known as Darth Vader. And Obi-Wan and all the Jedi just think he's just some mysterious person who is dressed up in a suit, because they don't know, because Obi-Wan thought Anakin was dead, but then he learned later it was Anakin. And then he goes on to command the Death Star, and while the Death Star was being destroyed, he finds this pilot, and he chases after him, and he later on learns that was his son. and Vader is surprised. Well, he isn't really, because his son was a great pilot, Luke Skywalker, and he learns Leia was also his daughter. And he offers Luke to come to the dark side, and Luke declines. And you know, and then eventually Luke and Vader meet again, and Obi-Wan Vader kills Obi-Wan in one final battle, and Obi-Wan basically just drops his lightsaber. Well, he doesn't drop it, but he like puts away like all the fire stuff in the Tiger Crystal, and then just lets Vader kill him. And apparently it was like for the Force or something. And then Luke is so sad because he got really close to Obi-Wan, not in a gay way, but just like, you know, he thought Obi-Wan was his uncle. And then they meet again, and Emperor Palpatine and Vader are in the same room as Luke. And Luke, Emperor Sidious offers Luke to come to the dark side, and Luke declines. Says he'll still be a Jedi like his father used to be. And then what to call it? Then Lord Sidious says, okay, then you will die, and starts electrocuting him with his Force lightning, and Vader is just watching, and then he feels bad for his son and picks up Lord Sidious. And the Force lightning, remember I said the Force lightning, Vader's suit is like easily destroyed with Force lightning, and like his breathing mechanisms are destroyed. And then he picks up Lord Sidious, and Lord Sidious's lightning is hitting Darth Vader, and he throws Lord Sidious up to his apparent death. And then he asks Luke to take off his mask so he can look at him with his own eyes. And Luke does, and sees this burnt, pale white face, and scrawny voice. You know, it's very, because damaged obviously from the like an inhale of all the smoke. And then Vader sadly dies in Luke's arms. And at the end of the day, like, if, you know, Lord Sidious didn't manipulate him, he would have been probably a Jedi still. And that was just Lord Sidious, you know, doing his thing, manipulating people that I knew were naive, and Anakin was pretty naive because, you know, he just rushed into things without thinking. And his Force Ghost was actually young, because like, his Force Ghost was good and he was a Jedi. And if you enjoyed, I know this is a sudden end, but if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and goodbye. Yeah.